Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the new Tall Tales that are coming into the Sea of Thieves with the Pirate's Life update. For this Tall Tale, it's going to be the first one, which is titled The Pirate's Life. And in this Tall Tale, you go and break Jack Sparrow out of his little prison. So first off, you start the Tall Tale at, I guess you can start at any outpost, but I think it's probably best if you just load into the solo type session for the Pirate's Life, because it's its own little game mode. You'll go through the gate that spawns south of the island, or east of the island for our case. I don't know what outpost you spawn at if you don't spawn at the outpost every time. But then you go through the gate and you have a little cutscene on your way there. See a bunch of spirits floating by on a ship. You'll have another cutscene that'll put you into the actual Sea of the Damned. But be careful, because this second cutscene that you have can crash your game. We go into the cutscene. The game starts to crash, or we start loading in, and then the black screen never ends. We sat there for like 15 minutes. So we had to restart our games, got rejoin messages, our boat just sank, and we spawned back onto the island that you actually have to be at. And I guess I should say, if you don't know how to start the Tall Tale, it is started from the newest lady that is sitting on the outpost. It's where all of those things that we were speculating what was going to be built there were. Her little hut gets built there. That's where you start all the Tall Tales for this quest line. But you have to, obviously you have to do like them one at a time to unlock them. But here's the spirits, and I'll get into the next section. Next, you're going to find your way to this island, and there will be a little tunnel with a ferryman statue guiding you to it. You go down this tunnel, and there are skeletons holding lanterns, around doors and that kind of stuff. All you really have to do is take the lantern from the campfire, or the flame from the campfire, and light up these lanterns and open different doors. For this first door, at least, and there will be several other doors after this, and several other sections where you have to use the lantern to trigger certain little events and little cutscenes. Flame of Souls has been discovered. You light these up, and then the door goes ahead and opens itself. In the room after that one, there will be one skeleton that has like a hat with a sword sticking through him that you have to light up. A skeleton that you just saw Evan light up that's sitting there against the wall. And then you will walk down this corridor here, and there will be a lantern sitting inside of the rowboat that you have to light up. And then the door will go ahead and open. You see Evan light it there, and then we go on along our way. Next, you'll make your way through the cave system until you reach a door that needs a handle. You'll make your way back along the path that you just came, or you can just go straight through the waterfall, because you're watching this video and you'll know. You walk through this waterfall down here, and there will be a skeleton impaled by a lever at the bottom of it. Right there in the rowboat. He's just impaled by the oar handle. You take it back, and you use it to flip open the door. Some of the stuff in this section was kind of confusing. First off, all you really have to do is light a couple lanterns and raise this little anchor here. Because you see that this anchor will lower a bridge, and then after that there's a bridge on the opposite side that looks like it needs to be lowered. But you actually don't have to lower it. You need you just need to light the lanterns and then wait for the ghost guys on the boat to make it down there. Because there's no real differentiation between a time queue or a time thing you have to wait for, or something you actually have to do. You have to light up all the lanterns in this area, and then you will move on to the next one after the ghost guys finish moving. There is a lantern, I believe, at the end of the dock, because I didn't find all the lanterns in here. I think Evan found most of them. I think there's only like 2. He goes down to the end of the dock. I'm pretty sure you can light up the torch that we just passed. And then there's another thing that you have to light up as well that was more at the beginning. And then after you get the ghost guys down here, the little plank the little bridge will lower for you. And from the looks of things, it might be just the one lantern down there. You see Evan down there at the end of the dock. He lights something up, and then all of the torches around the room spring to life. And then the ghost guys will make their way through I think you're supposed to raise that, but because there's a little pulley right there that I walked past. They make their way through that little door, and then they will make their way down to the end of the dock. The animation will finish, and then the drawbridge will drop. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, I know. It's just a waiting thing. After that room, you'll find your way to a good bit of parkour. You have to make your way across, and then you'll come up into the, I guess, the most prominent area of this tall tale, because there's the most stuff in this area. There's a lot of side quests that I didn't finish because you had to find certain keys and then parkour to certain areas that we didn't do. We were just focusing on getting to the area. Here you have to slash this tripwire, and the rest of the bridge will raise. And I'm pretty sure you might just be able to sword strike across, so you might not even have to do that. But in the next area, there's a bunch of stuff that was like confusing us because it was different side quests that we didn't have the correct thing to finish. I will make videos specifically on the side quest portions whenever I figure them out or I find somebody who else has it figured out. So I'll make separate videos on those whenever I figure them out or get them or somebody else figures them out for me. But some more parkour, and then you'll make your way up into the big old reveal area, which is a nice big old town. You make your way up into the town, and then you'll get a quest for completing the little gauntlet down there. You'll light this brazier, and then the door down here will open, which it seems to be on a really high delay, which is probably can be changed. But then the bridge will raise up, and you can go ahead and cross it. The next portion of the quest is going to be having you getting the cursed captain out of his little cage. He's just a little skull that you can put on different skeletons that he will control. And first off, you need a key before you get up to him. You make your way up here, or not even up here. I'm trying to, just jump on it, but you fall through the chandelier. So then there is a pulley that I just walked past that I didn't see. So I try to jump on it again. Then I finally found the pulley, and then you pull the pulley down, and you are able to grab the key. And here we go, falling through the chandelier again. Try to grab the key like that, because I'm brain dead. Oh, there's the pulley. Let's actually use it. Now you pull the pulley down, and you can get yourself a nice little key from this ghost guy who's just chilling on top of the chandelier. Cage key acquired. After that, you make your way over to this rock formation next to the little ship with the red sails, which is this captain's that you're freeing's ship. You make your way over up top here. This is the other boat across there's one of the little side puzzles that you have to find a key to open up and get a bunch of gold from it. But you make your way up top here. You don't even really need the key yet, but and Evan just falls. You make your way up here, and you can light the rope, and the cage will fall, and then you take your key, and you go ahead and open up his cage. And then after that, you will take him up to the top of the lighthouse, which is behind me, and then you will be taking him up there to do a nice little puzzle. And he's very talkative. After you get him up to the top of the old tower here, there is also a journal up here, and then you will put his head on the body that doesn't have a head, that is holding the telescope. And I thought that was another journal, but it is not. He's just holding a book that looks very similar. And he will tell you, put me on that body who doesn't have, or shove me on that, thing that doesn't have a head. And you will have to do that before you can light the brazier here. You'll put him on the head, you'll put him on the body. He'll talk a good bit, and then you can light the brazier and move on to the next puzzle. With this puzzle, we are working on calling the ferryman to come pick us up. So one side controls the y-axis and one controls the x-axis. So you can have one person, controlling different. You have to do it, different sides, get it lined up and move sides. And the other person, you can do it with two people, and one controls each. So you get the beam of light on the three braziers that are out there in the ocean. After you finish lighting them up, the ferryman will come and pick you up. You see, we're struggling to figure out what the fuck we're doing. Because it's not a hold. Whenever you tap it, it moves a certain portion. Like that. There you go. We light the first one. You move up to the top, and we light the second one up there. And then there's a third one that is not on the same rock formation as that one. And I'm moving it the wrong direction. And then you light the fifth one. You light the third one, and the ferryman will roll up and pick you up for the next part of the journey. Not really pick you up, because you have to find a rowboat to go ahead and dock onto the ferryman. So after this, you're going to take after the animation, you're going to take the skull off of the body that you have and take it down to a skeleton outside of the red flagged or the red sailed ship. You'll see that our captain has a key in his mouth that you will take over and put on this skeleton's body, and then he will go ahead and open up the door. After he opens up the door, you're going to have to pick up the skeleton head again, and you will take the skull and the key back up to the captain's quarters of this shipwrecked galleon. After you get to the top of the galleon, you put the head back on his original body, which he is the captain of this ship, and he will give you the key to let you go access the rowboat to put it onto the back of the Ferry of the Damned. The Ferry of the Damned is back near the lighthouse on the opposite side of where we were pointing for the final brazier that was out in the ocean. See, the rowboat is docked here. Can't actually pick up any of this treasure, which, come on, it's Sea of Thieves. Let me pick up the treasure. But you take this rowboat. It has a bunch of food and stuff in it for you. You row it over to the Ferry of the Damned, and then you move on to the next step of the quest. After you make your way to the Ferry of the Damned, you'll see an animation of a bunch of ghosts going onto the boat. Then you take the new lantern flame that you have and shove it into the Well of Fates, which is where you get the normal colors. So you put it into the Well of Fates, and you'll have a nice animation of it exploding upwards. And now you can access the bottom quarters of the ship. When you go down here, there's a torch directly next to the door, and it will open the door. Now in this room, it's a little more confusing because there are two lanterns you actually have to light, and there is one hidden behind a sarcophagus. So you light the first one here, and then the second one is behind that sarcophagus on the wall that we didn't know we could actually move the lid of. Here, I slide the lid of the sarcophagus, and then I realize, hey, wait a minute, that's a torch. What am I supposed to do? And I close it again, and then I realize, oh, hey, there's another torch there. Slide it back, and then light it up, and the door will go ahead and open. Now, you go down to the bottom, and you find yourself a nice little prisoner. Mr. Jack Sparrow is in the bottom with his dog. You can go over, and you actually get to have an animation of you petting the dog when you pick up the keys from the dog's mouth to let Jack out. And you get to pet the dog with my skeleton hands. Now you get the key, and then you open up Jack's cell, and then make your way back up to the top of the boat. After you make your way up to the top of the boat, Davy Jones will go ahead and spawn, and you're going to have to just cannon the absolute piss out of his boat. There's a bunch of cannonballs and food down low on the Ferry of the Damned. You'll cannon the piss out of his boat, then he'll launch some new enemies to come and board your boat. One that is, the theme is electric eels, I guess. That one you can't sword. You have to either shoot the blunderbuss, sniper, or pistol. Then there's one that spews poisonous gas that if you get near it, it will damage you. Then there's a massive crab that has a shockwave attack that will do like half of your HP per hit. And here would be the footage of the guys that they have boarding. You have the electric guy, or the gas guy there that you can just kill however you want. Blunderbuss, does the job. And then these are the electric eel guys that you can't sword or you'll get electrocuted, or if you stand near them, you get electrocuted. But they're like 2-shot to everything. And then there's the big guy that does a lot of damage that Jack just smacks off the boat. And then there's another one that he does a absolute shit ton of damage when he lands on the boat and whenever he just does his ground pound attack. After cannoning some more and killing a bunch more boarders, Davy Jones will grow tired of us and say enough, and he will hit us with a shockwave that does something. I don't know what it really does. It doesn't really do anything. But he hits us with a shockwave, and we just move on. And the treasure that Jack was talking about from the cutscene of you taking him out of the prison has been taken by Davy Jones' guards because Jack sucks at PvP apparently. Oh, and the shockwave knocks Jack off the boat, and he's just, who the fuck knows where he went. He's just in the water in the Sea of the Damned. He's just gone. So after that, you'll get Tall Tale completed, and you will make your way back to the real world. You'll get merged into a non-private server. So enjoy that, I guess. I will work on getting a full journal guide out for this tall tale in the near future, as well as all of the other tall tales. Hope this video does help you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.